All right, let's dive into something, well, a little unexpected. We're talking about a collision of two worlds you probably don't think of together. The quiet, contemplative world of art history and the raw processing power of artificial intelligence. It's a really surprising and honestly pretty controversial partnership, and it's totally changing how we see the past. Let's just get right to the heart of it. Is AI a threat to art history? Like, is it going to replace that deep human insight with just cold, hard computation? This is the big question, right? And it's not just some nerdy technical debate. People are really passionate about this. It's about the very future of the field. Okay, but here's the twist. To really understand where we're heading with AI, we actually have to look back, way back. What you're looking at is a 19th century magic lantern, basically an early projector. And it tells us something really crucial. The story of art history has always been a story of technology. Yeah, it's a pretty unexpected history, right? From engravings to algorithms. Because, and you might not realize this, but long before we had algorithms, art historians were basically tech pioneers. They were constantly grabbing the newest tools to see and understand art in totally new ways. And if you look at the timeline, you can see this clear pattern just emerge. Back in 1767, you have copperplate engravings making it possible to share images of ancient art with tons of people for the first time. Then, in the 19th century, the magic lantern brings those pictures into the lecture hall. Then, the 20th century gives us the slide projector, which completely changed how we could compare art side by side in a classroom. So when you look at it like that, AI doesn't seem like this crazy break from the past. It's kind of the next logical step. It just lets us analyze images on a scale that was literally unimaginable before. Okay, check this out. On the left, you've got this engraved book from, over 250 years ago? And on the right, a sleek, modern digital interface. They look worlds apart, I know. But here's the thing. They are doing the exact same job. Both of them are about using the absolute best technology of their time to analyze and share images and culture. But just because there's a history here doesn't mean AI's arrival has been smooth. Far from it. It has kicked off what we're calling the new digital debate. And this is a real clash. The classic connoisseur's eye versus the brand new computational lens. And this painting right here, it just perfectly captures that traditional ideal. The connoisseur's eye. That deep, personal, sustained focus, what scholars call close looking. For centuries, this has been the foundation of what it means to be an expert in art history. So you end up with two totally different ways of seeing. On one hand, you have the connoisseur, using their own subjective interpretation, their gut feelings, to ask the big question, why? On the other hand, you have the computational lens. It's using massive pattern recognition, we're talking analyzing millions of images at once, to ask very different questions. What is here, and how many of them are there? And get this is such a great quote. One researcher recently called computer scientists rogue art historians. I love that. And why? Well, think about it. As these computer scientists are building algorithms to classify and understand images, they're basically, completely unintentionally, recreating the same methods of analysis and pattern recognition that art historians have been using for centuries. It's this incredible moment where the walls between these two fields are just crumbling. So, as you can imagine, this whole collision is sparking some major anxiety, especially in universities. The big fear is that AI is just a shortcut that lets you bypass the slow, careful, essential work of really looking and thinking. Scholars are worried that this crucial practice they call writing as thinking, the way you actually figure out what you want to say by writing it, could just get lost, replaced by these soulless automated summaries. Okay. So while academia is deep in debate, the museum world, well, they're jumping right in. Which brings us to AI in the gallery. Because these tools are already out there, right now, completely transforming how we all experience art. First, let's just take a quick look at the past. This is a painting of a 17th century Kunstkammer, a cabinet of curiosities. And this really shows you the old model of a museum, right? It's a quiet, kind of static place. You go there to look, to observe, but not really to interact. Okay, now compare that to this. This is the museum of today. It's dynamic, it's interactive. Here you have a visitor using augmented reality on their phone to engage directly with the sculpture.
History is literally coming alive right there in the palm of their hand.
And this tech is making for a way smarter and way more inclusive museum visit. I mean, AI can suggest personalized tours based on what you like. It can power virtual assistants that speak multiple languages. It can even help neurodiverse visitors. And at places like the Van Gogh Museum, they're taking it even further, using data to show us hidden brushstrokes and details inside the paintings themselves. It's incredible.
So, where is all of this headed? Well, that brings us to our final section, the future of how we see art. And maybe, just maybe, it's not about a conflict between humans and machines. Maybe it's about a powerful new kind of partnership, an amplifier for our own human curiosity. You know, after looking at all the excitement and all the anxiety, I think the big takeaway is actually pretty clear. AI is not here to replace the art historian. No way. It's a tool. It's an amplifier for our own curiosity. It's ready to be a powerful new partner in our endless quest for understanding. And if you're wondering what that partnership actually looks like, well, look at this. This is not science fiction, okay? This is a real working prototype. You're seeing a student interacting with an AI tutor that's been modeled on Leonardo da Vinci himself, learning from him inside a virtual gallery. They call this an AI clone tutor. It's basically this incredibly immersive tool that lets you have a real-time back-and-forth conversation with a virtual historical figure. I mean, just imagine asking the AI Leonardo about the Mona Lisa's smile and getting a thoughtful, detailed answer back. An answer based on everything he ever wrote. It's a whole new frontier for learning. So in the end, the question isn't really if we should use these incredible new tools. I think that ship has sailed. The real question, the much deeper question, is how are they going to change us? I mean, what does it even mean to be an expert or an artist or a historian when your most powerful partner is a machine?